I may be old, but I got to see all the cool bands. I'm Kelley Bass, and my day job for the last 11 years has been the CEO of the Museum of Discovery. But for fun, I love to go hear live music. And that started early in my life. Well, not the live part, but I remember, again, I told you I'm old, my sister insisting that we get back from my aunt's house in Benton on a Sunday night in time to see the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. But I finally got to go see my first concert when I was in 9th grade. It's been a little over 50 years ago. I saw the Doobie Brothers at Barton Coliseum with my friend Jimmy Rogers. I went to college in the fall of '77. At that point, I remember sitting around one day in the dorm room talking to my friends. I could count 100 bands that I had seen by college. I saw Leonard Skinner twice. The second time, 7 of us, including Jimmy Rogers, jumped in his brother's two-door Chevy Chevelle with a 4 in the floor and drove to Memphis on the night of July 3rd and stayed up all night. And on July 4, 1976 at the Liberty Bowl, we saw ZZ Top, Leonard Skinner, Blue Oyster Cult, and the Outlaws. Little did I know I'd get out of college and start my job at the Arkansas Gazette, and I loved music. I was the youngest guy, so guess who got to cover all the concerts? So through the 80s, I got to interview tons of musicians. I got to interview John Bon Jovi twice, got to interview Huey Lewis, I got to interview the bass player of Foreigner. I got to do a couple in person. I got to interview George Strait. He had one hit, Amarillo by Morning. He was a super nice guy. Reba McEntire played at a place now called the Electric Cowboy. It was called BJ's Star-Studded Honky Tonk. It was in the summer. I jumped out of the shower, got dressed, drove out, met her on her bus. Reba was so nice, she felt sorry for me because I couldn't quit sweating. So she would reach across the little table in her bus with a cocktail napkin and dab the sweat off of my forehead. One thing I don't think a lot of people realize is that the fact that we're at the corner of I-30 and I-40 means a lot of good things. If a band's playing in Dallas one night, in Nashville a couple days later, guess what? They're gonna drive through Little Rock. My wife Ashley and I have gone all over this area, St. Louis, New Orleans, Tulsa, Dallas, Memphis, Nashville, to see acts that we really love. And in 2022, she and I went on the Outlaw Country Cruise. That was number 6. Outlaw Country is the radio station on Sirius XM that we listen to most often. Well, they have a cruise, and so they just finished up Outlaw Country Cruise 8. And Ashley, bless her heart, she's like, I had a great time with you, but I don't really want to burn another week of vacation, so why don't you take Jimmy Rogers and go on the cruise? Well, one thing I do want to say, the first cruise, we were on the boat, they haven't even pulled out yet. The first band, Steve Earle's about to start, and Ashley says, I wonder if you'll see anybody you know. And I hear, Kelley Bass! And I look up and it's Dan Parker, who is in our Rotary Club and was with his brother, the father of Jason Parker, on this cruise. I had a great time. There are 39 bands on the back of this shirt, 33 of which I saw on the cruise. I was with Chris King, owner of Stickies, co-owner of Stickies and Rev Room. He's booked 17 of those bands. So you know it, what goes around comes around. So again, as long as I can do it, I already know the dates for Outlaw Country Cruise 9. Ashley, I haven't mentioned it to you yet, but I'm certainly planning on going. I hope you want to go this time. Live music is my thing. It's the power of fun for me. Go hear live music.